Welcome back to Blockchain Pill. My name is Alex, and today I want to answer a question that I was asked by a real life friend a couple of days ago. And he's a very good trader with like 85% win rate and stuff like that. He's very good in crypto and he's done very, very well. And he asked me, because he knows I'm, mostly invested in ICP and its ecosystem. He asked me, why is Dfinity not launching a meme token and then market making the token to hundreds of millions or billions of dollars market cap, and then holding the volume and controlling the supply, because that is going to attract a lot of people. And this far, he's been right. Like, this is how the game has been played in crypto for the past couple of years. We've seen massive ecosystems like Solana and Ethereum and Sui, and that's been the playbook. Solana pushing, WIF and Bonk unofficially, of course, but they were the ones market making the prices and getting them to billions and billions, and that attracted, millions of users to Solana. And the same thing happened everywhere else. So his question was, why is Dfinity not doing the same thing? And I think that the answer is simple. It's easy. This is not the narrative that Dfinity wants for ICP. They don't want ICP to be a casino where people come and gamble on meme tokens. And I think that in the next couple of months, it's going to become clear that, meme tokens have been the thing for the past 2 years. But moving forward, I think we are going to go back to utility tokens, and to the tech will actually matter again, and not meme tokens. People are going to wake up and realize the fact that, most of those meme tokens are not really worth anything. They're not based on anything. They are just being built on hype, and there's nothing wrong with that. Besides the massive ones like Doge, SHIB, Pepe, or just a few other of them, most of them are down 80 to 90% from the highs. I think that a lot of people are going to wake up to the fact that meme tokens are pretty over, and then when the altcoin season is coming back, and it's going to happen, we're going to see a massive run on utility alt tokens. To help answer this question further, we're going to have a look at some of Dominic Williams' tweets, that he did in the last couple of months. So another reason why Dfinity cannot, launch a meme token like that and market make it and, turn ICP into a casino is obviously Dom's stance against, vaporware and, meme token and just gambling and casinos. Here's one of his tweets from January, explaining how you can launch a top 50 chain. You just call it the blockchain to house all the finance and all the world's financial ecosystem on chain, and use all type of fancy words, include AI, include on chain, include everything. The GitHub has to be either zero or just copy paste of an existing blockchain. The team has to be mostly anonymous, and then you market make the token price into the billions or tens of billions, and that's going to attract a lot of people. And well, this is a sarcastic tweet, but this is the truth that we've been seeing for the past couple of years. This was in January, when I think after Trump launched his token and everything was just meme tokens. Is there any point in crypto tech anymore? Can it ever compete with meme coins? And he answers the question himself. Yes, in the end, tech will be much bigger than meme tokens. Until then, enjoy the ride. And honestly, I'm telling you that I think that the ride is almost over, and we are going to see a coming back of utility tokens. Another thing that is super bullish for ICP right now. People are still ignoring ICP, but ICP is going to become more and more bullish with each passing month. Happy to say that unlocks are almost done. We're almost done with all the ICP unlocks. There is just 3 more months of ICP unlocks from 2018. And after that, we're over. There's not going to be any more selling pressure from the seed investors that bought ICP at ridiculously low prices. And this is fantastic compared to what's happening elsewhere. And for the people that are not aware, most of your favorite tokens, they still have massive pending unlocks. And Solana, if I'm not mistaken, I'll try to add it here on the screen. In March, they're going to have like a 2 billion unlocks, for Solana, which is going to be massive. Coming back to the initial question, why is Dfinity not launching a meme token and market making it? We have the next best thing after a meme token. We have an actual utility token that launched a few months ago. And this has been absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. This is the single most successful token inside the ICP ecosystem. And I've said this before in other videos. and it was not the case. But I do think that this token has the chance to become the first ICP token to reach $1 billion in market cap, which is more than 50x from where it is sitting right now. So Bob.fun single-handedly changed the entire ICP ecosystem. This token right here is responsible for more than 70% of all the fees generated inside the ICP ecosystem, which is crazy. You know, if you think that on ICP there are hundreds of decentralized apps, and one is responsible for more than 70% of all the generated fees, that is insane. This is a golden opportunity that is right in front of our eyes, and we'll dive deeper into it. How much would such a project that is responsible for 70% of the revenue generated on other chains, how much would it be worth? It would be in the billions or tens of billions of dollars. Now imagine if this was on Solana, this would be in the tens of billions. And we have it here on ICP at just, what is it? $19 million. Let's go over what Bob is and exactly how it works. So Bob was launched as a proof of on-chain work token, meaning it's very similar to how Bitcoin works. You know, in real life, if you want to mine Bitcoin, you need to have a Bitcoin miner, which is a physical device that you plug to electricity, and then it resolves problems. And if you're the one to solve the correct problem, you get the Bitcoin rewards. And Bob is working similarly. The only difference is that you don't have to have physical miners. You can spawn virtual miners, and you can feed those virtual miners with ICP's gas, which is called cycles. You feed them those cycles, and then it mines you the tokens. And this was a massive token when it appeared. I remember the price went from literally zero because there were no Bob tokens in circulation. And it went from zero, like a few cents, it went up to like over $3. Like that's a 30x. Literally everybody was talking about Bob. And after the hype reached its peak, it then dropped like 98%. People thought, this is over. Now the price has been moving up and up and up and up and up and up. And I think that we are going to see a new all-time high in the coming months. Now, the cool thing with Bob is that similarly to Bitcoin, it has a halvening mechanism. The rewards for mining Bob were initially 600 Bob per block. So every 10 minutes a block happens, the reward was 600 blocks. Every 17,500 blocks, a halving in the mining rewards happens, and now the rewards are 300 Bob, and the price, moved up because of that. The cool thing is that in 555 blocks, there's gonna be the second halving, and the rewards are gonna be cut to 150 Bob. And if we look at Bitcoin and see what happened with the Bitcoin price after each halving, then we can assume that the same thing can happen to Bob. And this far, the same thing happened. When the first halving happened, the price was around 30-40 cents. And after the halving in the next few weeks, it went up to $2. It was quite a jump in the token price. So this is Bob, a project inside the ICP ecosystem, which is responsible for more than 70% of all the fees generated by the ecosystem. I don't know who this Bob is, but they have done so much for the ICP ecosystem in just like 6 months since they have been here. We can see the cycle burn rate, like the revenue generated on ICP was like this per day was like 10 billion. And then now it is 1 trillion or something. So the revenue generated on the ICP network jumped 100x since Bob appeared. They built a ton of infrastructure on ICP, and it is one of the best performing tokens inside the ICP ecosystem, constantly with the most volume. It has been one of the best assets that you could hold on ICP. And now, what is Dfinity's involvement with Bob? A lot of people were speculating, and myself included. I was thinking, listen, there is no way this is a random developer, behind Bob. I would have personally bet that, maybe it's Dfinity behind the token. Because for somebody random to come and, build such a brilliant product, where people have been making a lot of money and grabbing so much attention, I would have expected that it's actually Dfinity behind him. And, spoiler, it's not Dfinity. I asked Dfinity whether or not, off the record, I asked them, so guys, is it you behind Bob? And the answer was no. And I'm no, lie detector, but it didn't really seem like, they lied. So I don't think it's Dfinity behind it. But Bob has received some real support from Dfinity after the initial takeoff and, the decline in price. Dfinity, got in touch with the developers of Bob, and they audited the code of Bob just to make sure that there are no backdoors and that everything is okay with the code. So the project did get some attention from Dfinity and some support from Dfinity. And now, listen, you are generating 70% of the fees of the entire network. You should get some special treatment, right? I'm really happy to see, Dfinity step up there and offer this support to Bob. And yeah, it's been one of the best performing tokens inside the ICP ecosystem. And I can confidently say that we may just have the first ICP token that could go into the hundreds of millions. Or why not in the billions? If ICP is going to do well, then you better expect that Bob is going to do amazing. This is like a leverage bet on ICP without the risk of, getting liquidated. So this is really a better play on ICP. And on top of that, it is a token that actually makes sense with what Dfinity is trying to build. So it's not just a meme token, with zero utility. It's not just a photo of a dog or a frog, that they just pump to billions. This actually makes sense because it burns a lot of cycles. It generates 100 times more revenue than what was being generated on the entire network altogether before this project appeared. And this project is using some of ICP's unique features that the smart contracts can actually generate compute, and they are solving real problems to get those tokens out. So it does use some of ICP's unique features, and it's just not a meme token. And I think that if we are going to have a token that's going to be the #1 ICP ecosystem token, I think it makes sense that it is actually Bob. It's currently sitting at $18 million market cap, and it's been in this range since December. So it's been here for like 2 months. And the halving is going to happen in 554 blocks, and a block happens every 10 minutes. So this is like 5,000 minutes. I don't know how much that is in days, like 2 or 3 days. We're going to see another halving. And the last time a halving happened, the price jumped from like 40 cents all the way to $2. So that's a 5x. If it does another 5x from the current price, we're going to celebrate a lot inside the ICP ecosystem. If it does another 5x, it would sit at $8. That's that's a crazy price. And 5x would be just 100 million market cap. It's not even that crazy. We're seeing meme tokens on Solana hitting 100 million all the time. And you're telling me that the token on ICP that generates 70% of all the generated fees cannot hit 100 mil? I think it can easily hit that. And this is one of the tokens that has the most whales out of all the ICP tokens out there. So there are more whales holding Bob than literally any other token out there. So I think we're looking super bullish on Bob. This is the one token that Dfinity can actually push and make sure that it succeeds. And it's in their best interest as well to actually make sure that Bob succeeds, because people don't pay attention at it now, at 18 million. When they are going to pay attention? When the altcoin season actually comes here and ICP trades at like 30, 40, 50 bucks. And then people are going to look at Bob. Bob is going to probably trade at like 100, 200 mil. It's going to look a lot more attractive at 200 mil than it looks at 18 mil. And that is just how the market works. So to answer my friend's question, Dfinity cannot launch and market make a meme token, but I think they can help Bob reach its full potential. And I think that the potential of Bob is in the hundreds of mil, or why not in the billions of dollars during this bull run. So by the end of 2025, I think we are going to see a multi-$100 million Bob, or why not 1 billion plus market cap for Bob. But you know what? Don't go bet the farm on Bob. Those are the informations that we have about Bob. And I'll do another video because Bob doesn't stop here. They also launched an AI agent that actually controls the Bob project and all other stuff. So this goes way deeper than just mining for the rewards. And I really do think that it's brilliant. The team behind Bob is brilliant. And we actually have one incredible token with incredible potential inside the ICP ecosystem. And yeah, there is a lot to talk about. So if you like this video, give it a like. It's going to help me a lot. And I'll see you guys on X or in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.